John, what's going on, brother? How you doing this evening? Roscoe, what's going on, homie? How's everything going in NY? John, you smoking anything this evening or what you got going on? Man, I saw you in your car. It looked like you were cruising the other day, man. Beautiful car, man. Beautiful car. The bubble top is a highly sought after car. Rick G, what's going on, player? Finally got some good news, man. I finally purchased me a perfect draw, man. So everybody could get off my case about it. So we'll see what all the hype is about. See, my phone been acting today. Okay, I'm not surprised. I figured it probably still would be a little crazy up that way. Smoking the CAO Brasilia, that's one of my favorite, probably one of my favorite CAO cigars, man. Not gonna lie to you, I recommend that cigar a lot to people that are, uh, even if they're new smokers or if they have been experienced but they haven't had that cigar. I always recommend that cigar. That's a really good cigar. I bet, man. You like I said, it wouldn't even matter if I had to put a couple of grand back in that car for what you got that car for. It's all worth it. It's all completely worth it. Just having me a little after or a little evening smoke, man, before I call it a night. I got to go back to work tomorrow, so just gonna kind of enjoy these last few hours of being off. It's been a pretty good past couple 4 days off. Got tried to get a lot of stuff done. Didn't get to do any shooting over the 4 days, but it's all good. We still got some footage from or the next cigar review will be the Liga 10th anniversary, so that'll be out probably at some point this week, and then I'll be reviewing the Drew Estate pork belly and the pancetta, and I got the Liga 8 to still do for the Drew Estate series. Charles, what's going on, man? Yeah, like I said, but at that cost though, it's cool. Like I said, the body and everything is straight. Looks like everything is. I'd be completely fine with it. Preacher, what is going on? How you doing this evening? You still out there working, or you finally back at home, able to enjoy your cigar? Preacher, do you got a perfect draw tool? I don't think I've ever asked you or ever seen you use a perfect draw tool. I finally bought me one today. So, Michael, what's going on? Love your channel. Smoking a New World by AJ. Fantastic cigar. Great price point on that cigar too. That cigar is very consistent. Very good cigar. Sean, what's going on, family? Enjoying acid deep dish. Nice. JT, what's going on? Kicking backs. My first Ashton cigar, 898 after work. Beautiful, bro. That's good. I'm glad you're enjoying you a cigar. I smoked a Louisiana Art 10 Toro earlier. Now I'm smoking me a HVC broadleaf. So I've been smoking kind of lighter wrappers for the majority of the day. Been Habano and Corojo. So I'm gonna end off with a nice Maduro. Okay, preacher, you do have one. Okay, still driving. TAA AJ. Okay, I haven't had the TAA version of it. I've only had the regular version. Prudence, how are you doing? I saw you got to tune into the interview I did yesterday on Down to the Nub, so I'm glad you got to tune into that. DJ Vibes, what's going on? Hope y'all doing good. Stu, what's going on? I was just telling shout I don't even think they're here yet, or they might not even be in tonight, but big shout out to Ventez and big shout out to A-Rod for helping me purchase that perfect draw tool, man. I've been neglecting that thing for a long time. But usually, I mean, for the most part, I don't usually have draw issues. That's probably why I overlooked that tool for the most part. But I'm not gonna knock it. I think it's something that everybody needs. So I'm not gonna sit here and deny it. But I'm glad I have it now. So I'm happy I got it. What's everybody else smoking? Or anybody else smoking tonight? Same here, Pruitt. Same here. Pete, what's going on, brother? 15% off my $100 purchase found out my local B&M has coupons on back. Okay. I ain't mad at that at all. Thank you, Preacher. Yeah, I enjoyed being over there. I thought it was a good interview too. And of course, it's always good to get on different platforms where a person or whatever show you're on or whatever podcast you may be on, there may be people that don't know about you. So I always feel like it's always a good opportunity to not only help that podcast because they're up and coming too, but then expose myself to some people that may not know about me too. So it was a good time. I enjoyed being on there. I didn't have a time limit on what I thought it would be, but it almost ran 2 hours. So I was really shocked it went that long. Kevin, what's going on, brother? Perfecto, brother. Camacho triple tonight. Nice. Michael, what you think about that 500 limited edition? You know they're getting ready to come out with a couple of new sizes too. Well, actually one size. The other size is only going to be a exclusive for Cigar Club. My locker room had a terrible draw on it yesterday. Got to the final draw before it opened up. I hate that, man. So it sounds like you probably would have had a. Like I said, that the draw issues usually don't happen for me for the most part, but every now and then, if I buy something from a B&M or something, I will have some issues every now and then. So it sounds like you probably need to invest in a perfect draw tool, too, John. Saved a few cigars for me. It's paid for. So if that's what I hear, Preacher. I hear the first couple cigars you have to salvage. I hear it pays for itself. So I just bit the bullet. Like I said, I was going to use the Patreon money to buy it, but didn't have to do that. So that was nice. And me and Eric are talking. We're going to probably, like I was saying before, we're going to upgrade some lighting. And on down the road, when we get a little bit more money, we'll probably upgrade the camera and stuff too. So it's nice to have that support system behind you. Man, Preacher, were you smoking while you were watching it? Like, so for me, it's one of those things too, man. Like, if I'm watching podcasts or interviews, like for the most part, I have to be smoking, or if I'm in my car driving and listening, I can always do it like that too. I'm just kind of, I don't know, man. That's why a lot of my cigar reviews don't really ever drag over 20 minutes because I feel like people's attention spans are really short. And, you know, especially with cigar reviews, you have to be really careful. I always say it all the time too. I think you have to be a really interesting person to kind of get over that 15 or 20 minute area to keep people really engaged. So it's nice for me, like, even though my reviews aren't as longer, I'm always able to go live like here and be able to talk to you guys on a more personal level. So can kind of cover all my bases that way. Because I really don't have an interest in my reviews going over probably 20 minutes or so. I think sometimes, even when I'm watching them myself, I'm like, it's kind of long, man. But it was easier during the Cigar Madness tournament because I was doing 2 cigars. So it was almost like 10, 12 minutes per cigar. So it was easier for me to stretch those reviews out, but typically I don't like going over 20 minutes. Joseph, what's going on? Remember I was telling you I had an issue with the Havana about my order being lost. Well, I finally got part of the order today. The other part reached Chicago also. Oh, that's good to hear. Yeah, I know I have a couple of friends. They had orders that were split in half. Some orders were split in different places. Like you said, one order that a person got and the other part still tripped up too. So yeah, I just think just with customs and dealing with international stuff, it's just kind of real tricky right now. But tried a couple of lunatics, man, with a great fat boy. Yeah, I think so too, Kevin. I think that's a great cigar. It's just the ring gauge is a little bit too big for me personally to keep in something for regular rotation. But I do think the flavors and everything else is a point. It's just the ring gauge is a little bit too big for me. But I do think the lunatic is a good cigar. I think it was just pressed wrong in the box press. Yeah, that's kind of one of those weird things too, John, because a lot of people don't know about that too. But so when you get a box press cigar, so a normal Parejo cigar like this, they have a certain level that they fill it at. Well, when they do a box press, they take a percentage of the blend away to they can't pack it as tight as a regular Parejo because when they go to box press it, it'll split the wrapper. So they have to underfill it. So box presses are one of those kind of weird things. They're really nice to look at aesthetic wise, but sometimes I've had issues or heard issues of people having burn issues with them too. Same. That's Prudence. You sound like me too. That's usually when there's a few podcasts I listen to, like Cigar Authority. There's a couple other ones like Cigar Talk with Rob Jones and them. I don't watch it all the time, but if I know I have like a 30-minute drive or I'm driving back and forth, I'll play it while I'm driving. It's usually a lot easier to listen to them. I totally agree. No offense, Lee Mac. I like the sub 12. Yeah, dude, I'm the same way, man. Like I told him that too. Like so. Lee Mac is probably one of the few people that I could watch for longer than 20 minutes because not only are you getting a cigar review, but you're getting other components of things too, like life lessons and stuff like that, things that I feel like will help me out. So it's usually easier to watch his reviews like that. But for the most part, like other than him, like when I see reviews that are that long, if I'm supporting the channel or supporting that person, I'll watch in bits and pieces. Like it may take me 2 or 3 days to watch the review, but the chances of me sitting down and watching a 30-minute review at one point is slim to none. Unless it's a really, really interesting video or a person that's really, really interested in themselves. But no smoke tonight. I enjoyed the intemperance yesterday. Nice. It's smooth off the first light with a touch of cinnamon right off the bat. I got a lot of cinnamon off that one too, Michael. Just wait. It's going to get really good in that second, third. I think it's a really good cigar. And really happy to see that HVC is starting to get a little bit more notoriety, man. Like I'm glad to see people are starting to smoke them. They produce some really good stuff. And then, of course, they're using Aganorsa's tobacco, which is world-renowned, man. A lot of people speak really highly about it, not just me. So Rainier has a background. He's Cuban, so he's been smoking Cuban cigars. So it's like he knows what he's doing. And it's very obvious when you smoke his cigars, he knows what he's doing. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Mike. Like I said, Summer Showdown's coming around the corner, so we're going to come with that tournament style again, too, man. I had a lot of fun with it. Let's see what E Hunt said. Oh shit! The first time I caught you on live, I'm blowing a Oliva B Melania Robusto. That's a good cigar too. I like those two. James, what's going on? The Bacon Spice Captain itself. What's going on, Thomas? How you doing? I always enjoy reviews, not boring at all. I appreciate that, Charles. No, I was just saying, like, I had that question. So at one point when I first started, my reviews were shorter. They were probably in the 8 to 10 minute range. And then when Cigar Madness happened, I was naturally doing longer reviews. Well, me and Matt Newman are cool too. He's a faithful follower, supporter of mine too. But I remember he left a comment on the video and was saying the video was too long. And I was just explaining to him then, I was like, man, I'm doing 2 cigars. So, I mean, even if I put 7 or 8 minutes a piece on the cigar, the video is going to be 16, 17 minutes long. And I think that particular video was only 17, 18 minutes and some change. So it was just kind of like, it's one of those hit or miss things. Like you're not gonna always please everybody, but that's why I always say all the time too, you have to make sure you're making content that you yourself would enjoy watching. So when I put videos out or when Eric gets done editing the videos and I look at them, I make sure it's something that I'm pleased with and something that I will want to watch too. So that's what I try to stay on. First bad experience with a box press. I wish I knew the name of the cigar I had last night. That thing was good, had no band. Michael, I don't watch her. I don't watch her all the time. Like, if she reviews this, or if I'm looking up a certain cigar or something like that, and she's reviewed it, I'll check it out. But I don't watch her like religiously, like some people watch her all the time or every week. I'm not a religious follower. So, Ashhead, what's going on, my brother? I'm still camped out at the mailbox waiting for the Supreme Leaf to come in. I bet, man. I can't wait till you are able to experience that and smoke that. Bruce, what is going on, brother? Glad you turned me on to Smoking Preacher. Fun to watch. Do you know if James is shipping the summer tournament yet? He should be now. I talked to him this morning. If you're probably he had 20 or 30 summer showdown or packet samplers that he was mailing out today. So you probably were in it. Actually, I think you are, Bruce. He mentioned your name today too. So yeah, that'll be out to you and that'll be your way ASAP. And PS too, Bruce, I bought the perfect draw today. Show y'all some proof so y'all know I ain't lying. I don't know if you can see that, but you see on the bottom. So Bruce, I got my perfect draw, man. So I ain't gonna be the butt of the jokes anymore. The ones that I received today were the Plasencia Alma, Fuerte Salomon, and Trinidad Shorts. Still waiting on the Boulevard Petite Coronas and Particles Tubos. That's another thing too, Joseph. I Havana's runs a crazy sale on those Plasencia Alma, Fuerte Salomons if you could find them. I know at one point I don't think they've done it in a while, but they were doing 2 boxes for like 180 or something like that. Like you essentially were buying 1 box and getting 1 box free. Like you couldn't beat that deal. That's where I bought my last ones at. I'm juggling this live stream with the meeting. This meeting is boring. I got an HVC in my monthly cigar pack, so I'm looking forward to smoking the mild. Prudence, which one was it? Was it the Cero? All right, Preacher, we'll see you later. Thanks for stopping in, man. I 100% prefer the longer reviews. Don't really care for the ones under 10 minutes. I get that too, because I know a lot of people like to smoke while they're watching content. So I think that 12 to 15 minute range for me is good. Sometimes when I'm watching the premiere, I'll be like, man, I feel like that went by quick. But when I go back and watch the playback, I think it's fine. So yeah, I like to try to stay in that 15. Every now and then I'll jump in that 16, 17 minute range if I got a little bit something to talk about. But if I can stay under 20 minutes, that's preferred for me. E-Man, what's going on, brother? James, good to see you too, man. For those worried about the Monte Fortuna orders, please email. I was a similar situation to customer service. Yeah, Monte Fortuna is great, man. Like I communicate with them through Instagram because we talk all the time, and it's not like they're not gonna ignore messages and stuff like that. Like they're on top of it, man. Hold on 1 second, Prudence. Y'all, if y'all are in the chat, I'll be right back. I'm gonna try to get this link for this sampler for you. Alex, what's going on, man? How you doing? I watched your latest video, man. Keep them videos coming. You probably saw me comment under my other channel. I was watching it from my other channel. All right, let me see. What's up, G3? Yeah, about time, man. I finally got that perfect draw. About time. All right, I'm getting ready to put the Prudence. I'm getting ready to put the link to the sampler in the chat. So that's the link for it there. Also, thanks again for the shout out. And oh man, not a problem, man. Thank you for always being here and supporting, man. That really means a lot to me. I used a screw to unplug my tight cigar. Joseph, that's a good deal though, because you think, all right, so if that cigar retails around 200, or I'm sorry, it retails around $20 to $22 a cigar. For 10 cigars, you made out like a bandit at 110 for a box of 10. Like that's an excellent deal. Yeah, man, Alex, I used to smoke. I still there's a few Perdermos I still like. I used to smoke a lot of Perdermos, man. Black Lines is the best so far. James is great though. He likely doesn't like me because I'm always asking him. No. Because guess what, Bruce? Before, actually, after he decided to sponsor the channel, I do the same thing. So it's not a secret. When I first started, or before I started dealing with Black Line, I did most of my buying on Neptune, and so I had a discount, 18% off discount on everything from Neptune. So it's like James would mention stuff, and I would always reference that price point to him. He would always match it. And then I would always have crazy requests too. Like I'm always the guy asking for the boutique stuff or the stuff that's old. So you aren't bothering him at all. That's what he's there for, Bruce. T-shirt, what's going on, family? All right, Michael, you be good, man. Take care. Not a problem, Prudence. Yeah, I don't know if anybody else in the chat is interested in that sampler pack too, but it's doing really well. Can't wait for that tournament to start. It's gonna be really good, man. We're gonna be on it. It's a smaller scale, obviously, but still paying attention to detail. We're gonna be going really hard for that Summer Showdown tournament too. Really excited. Finally got the intro track in the other day that we'll be using for the introduction. So you guys, I'm telling y'all hang tight. It's gonna be good. I like that Antonio, Connecticut. I think for Connecticut is very good. I haven't, John. The only Trinidad's I've smoked are Cubans. I don't. So out of the non-Cuban Cuban brands like Trinidad, H. Upman, Bolivar, Partagas, Cohiba, Monte Cristo, like I think Punch does the best job, and they're budget friendly too. Sometimes you'll look at some of those Monte Cristos and Cohibas, and they're really expensive, and I think you're just paying for the name, the trademark. But I think Punch make really good cigars, and their cigars are usually really good budget wise. This is another good one too. If y'all get a chance to try the HVC broadleaf, it's a very, very good cigar. It's gonna be more medium to full, so if you're not into stronger stuff, then probably stay away. But really good flavors on it. I haven't checked out Blanco cigars yet, Thomas. I'll get to them, man. Eric will tell you I got a long list of stuff I got to get to, man. We still got to finish this Drew Estate series. Still got to do the Summer Showdown. Then I got to review the Cubans from Monte Fortuna. I got stuff piled everywhere to review. I'll get to them though at some point. Trust me on that. I never. I'm assuming that's a non-Cuban one. I've never heard of it. Also, the guy raving about it, does he post other pictures in the chat, and what else does he smoke? Because you have to take that into effect too. Not, like I said, not down anybody or anything, but if that guy's always referencing like factory smokes or something, it's just like, eh. Joseph, you're not the first person I've heard that doesn't particularly care for him. I don't know much about him. I know that Lee Mack did the review of the Cigar Obsession cigar yesterday, and Blanco rolls those cigars, and he deals with Plasencia tobacco. So, but other than that, I don't know much about him to even give any kind of opinion. What's a good time to or what is a good time limit on videos for new cigar reviewers to keep the people interested the whole video? Alex, it's gonna really depend on your personality, but I think what you're doing now is fine. Probably try to stay in that 6 to 10 minute range, and then once you get your following and your support system built up. You don't ever want to let the subscribers or the support system dictate your content. You want to always make sure you're comfortable with your content, but at the same time, you want to listen to them too, because if you have 100 subscribers and 80 of them are saying, "Man, I wish your videos were longer," then that's something you might want to pay attention to. But you also don't want them to steer your content, if that makes any sense. You want to stay true to yourself and be happy with what you're doing. You don't want to look up and feel like you're just doing stuff just to please everybody else, but then you yourself, you're not happy. So it's a balancing act you have to play. Opus charged too much for their sticks. I finally had a 1926 yesterday. It was pretty good. Yeah, that's how I feel too. I don't think Opus are bad cigars. I just think I don't like their price point. So today I bought a Opus Perfection in the Shark. This is a $20 cigar. I haven't smoked it yet. I'm gonna try it. I don't know. I may even review it for the channel. It's just kind of sitting up in the humidor right now, but excuse me. It's another thing. It's like I was talking to James about that today. I was like, the Añejo Shark is only $12, so how I can almost buy 2 Añejo Sharks for the price of one Opus X cigar. And I know for a fact I like the flavor profile of the Añejo series more. So it's almost like, man, if I saw those two sitting side by side, I'm gonna grab 2 Añejo Sharks before I grab an Opus Shark. T-shirt, I think you really gonna dig that, man. Oh, okay, John. It's one of those groups where it's a whole lot of people. Okay, I got you. Man, it's not even like as far as Padrones against Opus, for me, it's not even. It's not even a competition for me. Like, if money, you know what I mean? Because if money's not, and that's another thing too. I always tell people. So people always talk about how expensive Padrones are. Wish the Family Reserve line, they are expensive cigars. But then think about this too. Look at your Opus X's, look at your Purple Rains, look at your Modifiers, look at your Davidoffs. The most expensive Padron is $50. And I'm saying that, like $50 is still expensive, but that's the most expensive. That's the big hammer. It's $50. You got Davidoffs that go in the hundreds of dollars. You got Opus X's that go over $100 easy. So I look at that too. I'm like, and then look at this too. Like I said about Davidoff, at least Padron has 1,000 series where the everyday smoker can smoke a Padron if they really want to. With a Davidoff, there's no such thing as a $6 or $7 cigar. They don't have them. Hey, Ashhead, it's all good though. Like I said, when you're an interesting person, it's not hard to watch the content. And then, like I say, I can't wait till you get to that point where you're able to go live streams and do all that stuff too, where we can see you fishing and all this stuff too. So like I said, if a person's interesting, I don't mind looking around 15, 20 minutes. But after that, man, my attention span is just kind of all over the place. I got a little kid running around. Like, I just don't have time to sit and look at a 30 or 40-minute video in one time. It just doesn't happen. So Opus for the win. Ice man, I appreciate that. Hey man, I found your channel, been hooked since. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. I'm glad you're enjoying the channel, man. I'm not going anywhere. Got a lot in store, man. So I'm hoping that you'll enjoy this summer showdown tournament that we got going too. And again, appreciate the donation, man. Padron for sure. I'm honestly getting mad at Fuente. I'm a big fan, but the price now is stupid. I've been in the lounge in Vegas but you know, that's kind of one of those things though, man. Fuente's in control of the market. He knows that, so he's in control. So he's not wrong. He could put whatever price tag he wants on those cigars and people are still gonna buy them. As long as people are buying them, he's good. William, what's going on, man? What's up, Ron? I know you don't like bundle cigars. What's your take on house or unbanded? What's your take on house or unbanded long filler premium cigar? You know, like I've had a lot of house cigars that weren't bad that didn't have bands on them. So, all right. So if I go to a local B&M or something like that, and you know I like the B&M and they have a house blend, I always usually grab one or two of them. You know, some of that stuff's important. It helps try to keep their doors and lights on and stuff like that. So, they're not things that I'm gonna smoke every day or all the time, but you know, I've had some good long filler house blend cigars. I've had some. Padron 1000 series, a fantastic investment. Pick a size you like. Yeah. So if I'm gonna do the 1000 series, I always like the 3000s. And people are surprised. They're like, out of all the stuff you smoke 1000. I'll smoke a 3000 every now and then. I think they're good cigars, especially for $7. Like, it's hard to beat it, and you're still smoking a Padron cigar. And there are a lot of great $8 to $12 sticks. I take that into account. I love several Drew Estates, but can't get great sticks for a lot less. That's facts. You definitely can. Since I don't really care for Padron, the only one that I've tried that I kind of like was a 1926 35 natural. Can you recommend me a next Padron to try? I really wrote off the whole brand. Try the Family Reserve night. If you like the natural, try the Family Reserve 90th anniversary in natural. It's not box press too. It's like the only Padron, one of the few Padrons that's not box press. I think you dig that that 90 year. Appreciate that, John. Thanks for the donation for the Padron Family Reserve. I appreciate that, man. Frank, what's going on, brother? La Polina Goldie. El Liquito is as good as a Padron Opus and a Davidoff. I've had the La Polina Goldie. So, Frank, for me, it depends on the size. You know, they come out with different sizes every year. I smoked the Churchill, the most recent one. It was a good cigar, but it was just very, very mild. Like, that would be definitely a morning cigar with coffee or just a morning cigar for me. It was a great cigar, good construction. I love the story behind it, how up until a couple years ago, the roller, I forgot her name, but she passed away and passed it on to a guy that's rolling the cigars. I love the story how one person only rolls all the cigars at El Titan. I think that's a great story. But those aren't cheap cigars either. Nick, what's going on, brother? Glad you were able to catch me too. Hey, I'm a young man. I'm only 23. What's your suggestions for a cigar just for starting? Depends on what you've been smoking so far. So I have a video. If you look on my back catalog, I did 5 cigars I recommend for beginners. So you go back and check that out. The video is only like 5 or 6 minutes long. It's an easy watch. Lee Mack is doing a beginner series right now that's really good. I think he's about 4 or 5 videos in. So if you're not subscribed to Lee Mack, make sure you're subscribed to him and check out that beginner series he's doing too. It just depends. I'd have to know what you've been smoking. And are you too young for cigars? No, man, you're legal smoking age. You're an adult. You can do whatever you want to do. It's no different than somebody that likes to drink alcohol. You know, it's like, hey, you're a grown person. You do what you want to do. Like I said all the time, cigar smoking is not the most healthiest thing in the world. But you know what? So eating 8,000 calories a day like it's nothing is not healthy either. Which one you think is gonna kill you first? Skinny Monster, that's a good cigar. Skinny Monsters are really good. Nick, if you haven't tried the Tatuaje TAA 2020, that is a very good cigar. Probably the best Tatuaje I've had in a long time. I think you dig that one. Ron, I need inside info. How do you think is the best way for me to secure a box of Supreme Leafs that's coming out this summer, because I feel like it will sell out quick? It's definitely gonna sell out quick. I don't have any super inside info. All I would say, and this is completely unbiased too, even though I know that they're a sponsor of mine, but Black Lion should be getting some in. So definitely be in contact with them if you're following them on Instagram. Definitely do that. And then also I would just say pay attention to Aganorsa's Facebook page and their Instagram account, because the day that stuff comes out, they're going to be posting it. So you just got to be paying attention and be on the lookout, because I agree with you. Because of the hype that surrounded the Robusto, and then the consensus that everybody for the most part really liked that cigar, this Toro is going to sell out quick, man. It is really, really going to sell out quick. So I would just say pay attention to that. And yeah, pay attention to Aganorsa's pages. And then, like I said, pay attention to Black Lion too, because I know they'll be getting some too. Leon, what's going on, brother? William Bodley, I just ordered the El Criolito from Zeal Cigars. Amazing. I put it up against an Oliva Milano. Oh, okay. Matt, what's going on, brother? Chef, what's good, man? Good to see you, man. I got a few more things probably the next couple of days. I'm gonna be reaching out for you too. You've been killing it, man. That summertime when you worked on, we're gonna hit them over the head with that one. Matt and his stars and shit. Jamel, what's going on, brother? Some more Perfecto love. It's the HVC saying, oh, okay, Prudence. I think you'll like that one. It's the draw is good too. That's one I've only had that one twice, but I liked it though. I think you'll enjoy that. But if you end up liking that one, Prudence, I would say check out the Cerro and Robusto, or the I forgot the name of it. It's like a 4x46. But just to be on the safe side, look for the Cerro Robusto. I think you'll really like that. It's not a very strong cigar. Real good flavor on it. I think you'll enjoy that one. Eric, what's going on, brother? Enjoying the Padron 20th anniversary tonight. I'm a new follower and really enjoying your channel. I appreciate that, man. I'm glad you are tuning in. I'm glad you are enjoying it, man. And like I told everybody else, even if it's not supporting financially, just don't be afraid to share the page. Tell people in your local B&Ms about it, man. We're going to try to grow this thing and see if I can't become a blender somewhere, man. That's the goal of me starting this channel, is just trying to build my brand up and try to get in one of these farms, man, and start blending cigars. Tracy, what's going on? What Cubans are in your rotation? All the time is Bolivar Bellicoso Finos, Bolivar Petite Coronas, Bolivar Royal Coronas, Trinidad, Cuban Trinidads are good. H. Upman Magnum 46. The Partagas Series D. Series D number 4, 5, and 6. Those are always in rotation. And the price point on those, it's very fair. It's not going to be, none of those are going to, the Bolivars could get, the Bellicoso Finos are a little pricey, but the Trinidads usually aren't bad. But if you're wanting a really good Cuban that's not going to kill your wallet, look up the Partagas Series D. I think you'll like those. The Series D number 4. Quick question. I have a humidor that holds 25 cigars. When I get my first full box of cigars, do I take it out of the humidor? Yeah, if your humidor is not big enough to, like a cabinet, to hold boxes, if it's just a desktop humidor, I would take out the cigars and just let them rest in the humidor. And if you really want to hang on to the box, you can. But unless you could put the box in there and you're able to put other cigars in there, I would take them out of the box personally. Endorsement, what is going on? Another one of my good friends, man, he has a food review channel. Y'all check him out if y'all into food reviews. He's best of the best, cream of the crop. What taste do you plan on going for when you start blending? I'm gonna be all over the place with him, because I like a lot of stuff. I like a lot of different rappers. I like pretty much all the regions of Nicaragua except for Ometepe, pretty much. So Jalapa, Esteli, Condega. I like Honduran tobacco. I like Indonesian stuff when it's used in like bonders. I'm probably gonna do a textbook medium to start out, because I don't want to run anybody off. I want it to be approachable for everybody. So I would probably do a more medium, a full body, full flavor with medium strength would be what I would probably gear towards. Antonio, what's going on, man? The preacher has me smoking the CAO 660. That's a good cigar. It's just big, man. They did a really good job on that. That's a really good representation of Connecticut broadleaf when it's done well. So CAO is one of those companies, they can get their hands on a lot of good quality leaf, and it shows in their blends. Had another good day at work, finishing up my current task, and probably will start something new tomorrow. That's good, man. Thomas, Take every day a step at a time. Every day. Every day. You endorse them. Yeah, I've seen it. I know you doing cigars, but what is your opinion on pipe tobacco? I smoke pipes sometimes, man. I got a couple of really nice ones. I started to get into pipe smoking probably a couple years ago, and I usually smoke when it gets really cold outside. When it's in the winter months, I'll smoke. But when I started the channel, all my focus just went straight up to cigars. So I'm not really that knowledgeable about pipe tobacco. Really, a channel I would recommend, Iceman, if you want to look into pipes, is Beans 316. That's BEANS 316. He's based out of West Virginia. He has a really nice channel, very knowledgeable. He even makes his own pipes. A good, super solid dude over there. What's going on, Jason? Rick just received a 5-pack of Aging Room Quattro Nicaragua today. I'll have a review coming out of that one shortly too. Caesar over at Smoking Lid was gracious enough to send me a cigar about 4 months ago or so. It just took me a while to review it, but we'll get that review up soon. So I got the Rock's new tequila. It's really good. Trying to figure out what cigar to pair it with. That's gonna be tricky. Like some aged tequilas, like Añejo tequila, could be really good. I think if you want to be on the safe side, if you don't mind medium to full, I think that will probably stand up against that tequila, because that tequila is gonna have a natural sweetness that if you're smoking something too light, it's gonna take over that cigar, and it'll just drown everything out. So you want something with a little bit of punch, a little bit of body to it. Yeah, Nick, you got to get on that cigar. I mean, I've kind of fallen off the face of the earth with Tatuaje in the past few years. I just felt like a lot of their blends weren't that great, but they did a really good job on this TAA 2020, and I think with some age, it's going to get even better. But it's really smoking really good right now. It's a really good cigar. Probably will be in my top 10. LOL Forever, what's going on? Just bought the Boulevard Bellicoso Fino Party Series D #4. What are your experience with them? Both of them are A1, excellent cigars. Sean, what is going on, brother? Just sat down with the Tatuaje Kappa Especial from Black Lion. Hope you enjoy it, Sean. Hope you're doing good over there. That is perfect for me. James, does your rabbit air keep the haze and tar residue from building up in the ceiling? Yeah, and as you guys know, in this, I got these kind of wood ceilings, so I don't really have too much of an issue. Like if I had the standard popcorn ceiling or like just straight drywall ceiling, it's not like that. So I don't really ever have an issue. It definitely keeps the smoke out of it. I just have to make sure to let a couple windows up when I smoke. That way, when I shut them at nighttime to go to bed and cut the rabbit air up on turbo to make sure in the morning time it's not a smell around. But overall, I've been really happy with the rabbit air. I'd be interested to, and I think I was mentioning that in another chat too. I want to get at least another company and see if I can get a product or an air purifier from them and be able to compare it, especially something that's a little bit cheaper, because I was saying, I don't think a lot of people are really ready to just spend $500 or $600 on a unit. So that's not chump change. And so I'd love to see if I can get a unit that's probably in that 150 to 300 range. That's something that can compete with that. But so far, this has been really good. I can't wait for all this going on to get an event to meet up and smoke and chill. Definitely, Leon. Wish someone would do a video on leaf tendencies. Yeah, I'll tell you a good channel that probably could do that, and seriously, and it would be a great video, is Perdermo. Perdermo's been putting out a really, really high quality, or they've been putting out really high quality content. They have a really good channel over there. If anybody were to do that, I think that probably would be Nick and those guys over there will be the ones to do it. Now time to enjoy cigars. All right, John, man, you have a good night. I appreciate that donation too earlier, man. You take care and be safe. I haven't had a chance to grab Unstolen Valor. A few were on sale today and sold out as soon as I took out my wallet. I haven't had them personally, but it's not going to be an issue for me if I need to get one. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably get one and probably review it. But no, I mean, like, I don't have a problem with soccer sticks. I just don't smoke them all the time. I like the Sin Compromiso in #5. I like the Todos Los Dias and Thick Lonsdale. I like the Umbagog. There's the Tricky Trocker. There's some good cigars. I just don't smoke them all the time. And is there any cigars that you had a horrible experience with? The last one I had a really bad experience with. The last two that are familiar, actually the last two that I had in general was the Cass Dagley Daughters of the Wind and Calico, the one that me and Lee Mac did a joint review on. and then the Padilla Finest Hour Sun Grown. Those two cigars really stick with me as just not really being that good, man. They weren't that good. I use a Honeywell air purifier and just leave it on overnight. It clears out the room. Not yeah. I think we got a few Honeywells too, William, at the spot I hang out with a couple of friends that they got some Honeywell units over there. So, Nick's videos made me love his brand even more. Just started trying it sun grown after enjoying the Maduro, some Connecticut, and it's a different experience. Yeah, they got a very, very good channel over there. Nick is super knowledgeable. I still watch the content too because, like I've told you guys before, I'm not an expert. I don't know everything, so it's always nice to look at people that have been in the industry for as long as Nick has. I got a lot of respect for him, and I think he does a really, really good job with his channel, and he does a really good job of making complicated topics very simple for anybody to be able to understand. So I think he does a really good job with it. Big fan of his channel. I'm considered the Toronto Maduro. I think I've had. I wasn't a huge fan. The only Toronto cigar that I like is the Exodus 50 years. That's like the only one I can think of off the top of my head that I really enjoyed. No, but what's going on, man? Oh man, I already know. Jacob, what's going on? Just picked up the Oliva B Lancero, H. Upman Connoisseur B, and the Partagas Lucentaneous. I like the Oliva B Lancero. I did a review on that. I did a pairing on it. So if you haven't checked that out, go check that out. H. Upman Connoisseur B is good, and I have not had the Partagas Lucentaneous yet. I haven't had it. Mike, what is going on? Good evening, brother. I'm smoking on an HVC broadleaf. I just finished up a Louisiana Alt 10 before this. Jay is a Nike. What's going on, family? Jason, what is going on? What do you think about I Havana site? I think they do a really good job. That's one of the sites I always refer to people if they're looking for Cuban cigars. I Havana's or Monte Fortuna are the two sites I usually steer people towards. And I Havana's usually does they do monthly promotions, and that's what somebody was commenting about earlier. The Placencia Alma Fuerte is a $20 cigar, and they usually run really, really good deals where you could get that cigar anywhere from $9 to $12 a stick. So can't be mad at that. The only thing about that, Jason, right now is just the shipping is going to take a while. So be prepared for probably a 4 to 6 week delivery because those cigars could be coming from they're coming from overseas. So you have to just keep that in mind. Opinions on Ave Maria. I have William. I don't think I've had it. Yeah, no, this is pretty good broadly. This, and you know how I am with Maduros right now too. They haven't really been hitting my palate right, but when they're done well, you can tell the tobacco's been well fermented and has a good flavor to it. This is really good. Doesn't have that dirty, like a lot of dirt. I get a lot of dirt on a lot of these Maduros when they're. You can just tell, man. It's just been subpar stuff being picked up. Need a good cigar to pair with the Corona. Man, that's gonna be hard because I don't really drink beers. I don't really drink beers like that. If I do, it's gonna be more brown ales, porters, stouts. I might do a sour every now and then. What do you normally smoke, Charles? Do you think I deserve an Aganorsa Leaf signature selection tonight? I think you do, Thomas. You had another good day, so you're gonna smoke good. Jay's Nikes, man. Probably everybody even in the chat will tell you right now the hot brand for me right now is HVC. But probably Padron. Padron might be my favorite cigar brand, or Aganorsa. Probably those two. No, but they do. They should have those broadleafs. They should have those in. Yeah. Jacob, I've had the Open Regatta and the Open Master. I like both of those. I thought they were pretty good cigars. I did a review of the Open Regatta on the channel too, so you have to check that out. That was included in the last sampler that Monte Fortuna sent me, so I got to review that cigar. I enjoyed it though. La Roma de Cuba, the Mi Amor is pretty good. I like that cigar. That's the first one that comes to mind. Is the Mi Amor. I like that one a lot. Acid Blondie. What you thinking about that Blondie? Jason Nikes, we're gonna have to meet up too, man. Man, when they start opening these lounges and stuff back up, man, we're gonna have to meet up and burn one, man. I only had to open Junior and I also really enjoy it, so I'll try the other ones too. Then, yeah, I think you'll overall like them. They pretty much have that similar, like not very strong, but have some really good flavor notes in them. I think you'll enjoy it. Yeah, Jay, we gonna like I said when they like maybe man, because I know you're pretty close by me. Whenever they open these lounges back up, man, we might have to meet over there off of Poplar or Collierville somewhere and burn one, man. We got to get a cigar in. Which is crazy because they're talking about the numbers have jumped, the COVID numbers have jumped up again. So they threatening another lockdown. I'm like, man, this year has been crazy. I'm actually enjoying it. The sweetness can be off putting at first, but it pairs. Yeah, I would say so, Thomas. If you're used to, or if you don't smoke a lot of infused cigars when you first smoke it, it's gonna be a little different at first. Uh, yeah, William, they got a tinderbox over there off of Winchester and Houston Levy. Over there in the shopping center where right in front of Kroger, Steinmart, and all this stuff, they got a tinderbox over there. Have you had have you had the Oya de Monterey La Jolla de Rio Seco? Heard it should be a good one. I haven't had that one, Jacob, either. Not that Oya de Monterey. Yeah, Alex, so about 3 or 4 weeks ago, they opened it where you could walk in and buy the cigars, but you still can't sit in the lounge and smoke. I was in there today. I should have asked her when did they think a timetable was for them to be able to open the lounge back up, but you still got to put hand sanitizer on and put gloves on to go in, and they're only allowing 3 people in there at a time. Yeah, William. They do. They just rearranged it and remodeled it. It's nice in there. The humidor is not as they don't have as many different. They don't have a selection like the one on Poplar and Mendenhall, but they got some nice cigars over there. And then if it's convenient to you, if you feel like you're closer to Collierville, they definitely got a nice stash over there. All right, back home heading, listening in. Preacher, you releasing any reviews tonight, or what you got going on? You just gonna hang out and chill at the house when you get there? Biggest takeaway on broadleaf, I have been hearing that term used quite a bit lately. So the broadleaf just got really popular quite a few years ago. It's just so the league. I would probably credit the Liga 9 and the T52, the Drew Estate days when Nick Melillo was there, Steve Saka was there. They just really built up a really big cult following with that Connecticut broadleaf, and then when they left, everybody else started picking up on that broadleaf, and the flavor profile of it is very nice when it's done right or when it's done well. But when it's not really done well and it's not aged right, for me, when I get these Maduros like these Connecticut broadleafs or Mexican San Andres, like I get a real gritty dirt taste that's just not really good. It's off-putting, so I usually steer clear from Maduros unless I know it's like a Foundation cigar, a Dunbarton cigar. In this case, a HVC, he does so well with his blend, and I trust what he's putting out. Tim, what's going on? Smoking padrones and sampling full bodies. Uh, man, Charles, I would say, man, you smoking some good stuff. So I would probably if you're gonna do a beer, I would do like a darker beer, or if you're a cognac drinker, do you some cognac, or get into some red wines like a nice Cabernet, a nice Malbec from South America. You could do some Shirazes from Australia. You got a lot of options when you smoke full body. Surprised the Tiny Lives by Me has been open a couple weeks now. Started exploring HBC. Pete, I've been seeing you. So what all you been smoking? Because it looks like you've been becoming a fan of HBC too. They do a really good job. I agree, William. Smoking Preacher is cool, man. I like it. I like his channel, and I'm glad to see some more people are going over there. And if you guys are in this chat right now, you aren't subscribed to Smoking Preacher, definitely subscribe to him. I think last time I looked, he was really close to 300. So let's help him get over to 300, man. And he drops a lot of content, man. If you guys are looking for a reviewer that's pretty consistent and drops some good videos, Smoking Preacher is your dude. Ron, you on point with this HBC 500? I'm into see this and that into the final third. Yeah, that's a great cigar, box worthy. I have went through one box already, and I'm halfway through another box. And when that new size comes out, I'll be buying a box of that, and I'll probably buy another box of the 500 that you're smoking to. I think that cigar is that good. Adam, what is going on? Latanya, what's going on? Yeah, but the 500 is a really good cigar. So I'm glad, Pete. I'm glad you've been able to get a chance to check them out and see what you think about them. You have a favorite bourbon? Ooh, man. When you can find it, it comes out once a year and it's expensive. But I like the William LaRue Weller. I haven't had a bottle of it in a couple years, but that's probably my favorite bourbon. It's really, really high power, really high proof, really full flavored, full body bourbon too. Like I'm just a full body, full flavored person. I like a lot of power. I've had the Cero, the Kosacea, the 500 Limited, and this Warped. Forgot what it's called. Got the white band. Oh, probably the GR88 if it's got a white band. But you've been smoking some good stuff. I love the Cero. I like that Kosacea #2. And of course, you just heard me talking about the 500. Aladino Corojo Reserva. That's another banger. Latonya, I ain't too far behind. You ain't going to be up too much longer. I got to take me a shower and lay down. And I got to go to work tomorrow, too. So it's been a nice couple 4 days being off from work, being able to relax and try to catch up on some rest. Yes, I have had El Martilli. That's a very good one, too, if you can find it. Very, very good bourbon. Buffalo Trace puts out a lot of good stuff. Adam, I'll be interested to hear what you say when you smoke that too. Jared, what's going on? You got a favorite Monte Cristo? Cuban Monte Cristo, probably the #2. I don't smoke any. I haven't smoked or non-Cuban. I just say the regular white label is probably my favorite. I haven't smoked a lot of the upper tier ones because I feel like I don't want to pay $17, $20 for a Monte Cristo. Just buy me a Padron. No, but probably some point this week. Probably be doing the Liga 10th anniversary some point this week. Nice, Pete. Glad to hear you enjoying them, man. It's always nice to kind of hear when you have an opinion of a cigar and then you have other people that pick up on the cigar too, and they're like, "Oh man, I agree. I think it's a good cigar." It's always nice to hear other people validate. Picked up a bottle that last week when you see, but yeah, you definitely got to grab that. But at the same time, don't get price gouged for that stuff though. I think El Martilli, I probably wouldn't pay anything over $40 for it, man. Like some stores will get that bottle and it's the MSRP is $35 or $40, and they try to charge you $150, $200. I ain't paying that much for that. Yes, Latonya is a very good cigar. I would definitely recommend trying that GR88. It's a very, very good cigar. I think it's box worthy. Yeah, Nick, he was smoking the 500 anniversary. He's digging it. I was just talking about it's nice when you have a review and speak highly of a cigar, and then you come back and people are talking positively about it too. So try that 1935 Monte Cristo if you can. All right, I'll check it out. Started pairing with coffee. Victor asked the blondie to be a mixed filler cigar. When I saw the size and felt how squishy it was, then I knew. Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say too about, and Pete could probably attest to this too. Like, I don't know how he does it, but Rainier at HVC, he has a very good palate, and all the cigars, none of them leave a really bad taste in your mouth. They all are very clean. I can say that about all the HVCs I smoke. None of them leave a bad taste in your mouth. Rick, I'm not a big Candela fan at all. The only cigar that I remember and it's not even a pure Candela, is the Roma Craft Black Irish. Because I'm looking for a good red wine. Yeah, there's a lot of really good Cabernets out there. If you like cognac, try. Of course, you probably know the 1738. Pierre Ferrand is a really good one that a lot of people overlook. It's about $50, $60 a bottle, but Pierre Ferrand would probably pair really well with a nice Padron, nice full body stick. Top 3 cigars of the year so far. It's still the HVC 500, the Aladino Corojo Reserva, and the Supreme Leaf. Then, like I said, some other cigars that are probably going to be floating in their top 10 will be the Tatuaje TAA 2020. The American was very good. I enjoyed that. Oh, man. Trying to think of some other stuff I smoked through that was up there. I have to sit and think. I know those 5 cigars are going to be in the top 10 for sure. unless something later on this year changes. Hey, Rod, what's going on? I got my perfect draw, man. So I appreciate the donation. I finally got me a perfect draw today. Romeo and Juliet. The Cuban ones are good. They're just super mild. They're just, I feel like if you haven't dabbled with Cubans and you want to get it, like those will be decent to start with, even though I do think there are better brands out there. But now I will say the new Romeo and Juliet of the Reserva Real Nicaragua has a royal blue band on it. That is very good. I'm not a very big non-Cuban Romeo and Juliet smoker, but the newest blend that they came out with, the Reserva Real Nicaragua, was really good. LaTonya, what you talking about, really? Waiting on that HVC to humidify. It came in the mail a little too dry, so I haven't been able to smoke it yet. You get? How are you test? Are you just going by feel, or do you have one of those humidimeters that everybody's using? What alternative would you suggest to Cuban Romeo and Juliet? Man, honestly, if you don't, if you have any experience with Trinidad's, I would say try the Vigia, the Reyes, the Coloniales. Those are all really good. The HM and Magnum series, again, is really good. The Magnum 50, the Magnum 46 are great cigars. Oh, yes, LaTonya. Yes, I finally got me a perfect draw. I got tired of being made fun of. So nobody will be able to make the running joke of me not having a perfect draw anymore. Well, at least until it comes in. Okay, you got the humidimeter. What was it reading at? Oh, also too, I don't know if anybody's or ever if some, I know there's some new people that are joined too. So I did release a review yesterday. I reviewed the 2016 Year of the Rat by Drew Estate. I'm doing a Drew Estate series, so if you haven't checked that out, make sure you go stop by and check that video out. I did the 2020 Year of the Rat to start it. The next video will be the Liga 10th anniversary. Then I'll be doing the pork belly, the pancetta, and I'll also be doing the Liga A, which is like the Opus XA. It's about it's a 9-inch long cigar. It's a pretty big cigar. Preacher, are you who you talking about? Sandy at El Titan? Nova, which cigar? Were you talking about the Romeo and Julietas? Or is that what you asking about? It was reading 54. Oh, yeah, that's too low, Nick. Yeah, you got to try to. I would at least want to get that up to about 62, 63. Yeah, man. Even when I get that perfect draw coming in, I'm still going to be imperfect, but it's all good. Not a problem, LaTonya. I'm always appreciative of you, always supporting. Always been there and always engaging. I appreciate that. Thoughts on my father, Flor de las Antillas. I like that cigar. That was one of the cigars I reviewed or put in the top 5 for beginners. I've always been a fan of that cigar. Feel like even over the years, it's stayed really, really consistent. My car, I have not tried the Unstolen Valor, but I have a feeling I'll have one soon. So I probably will do a review of that cigar. So Rick, the pork belly is, don't get me mistaken, I think it was based in Chicago. It was a cigar store in Chicago or somebody that maybe had that, but it's a pretty limited edition cigar that Drew Estate does. It's a pretty small. It's probably like a 4-inch by 46 somewhere in there. It's not a very big cigar, but I was able to get my hands on a couple of those. So I'll smoke one for the series, and then I'll kind of sit there and put one in the humidor and smoke it whenever I feel like it. Yeah, no, you can't let me get a perfect draw and you ain't got one. I even text Lee make that, man. I sent him the screenshot. I said, I finally got my perfect draw. Nova, I looked on. You can get them on Amazon. You should be able to get free shipping too. So just go on Amazon and type in "perfect draw." And actually, I'll send you the link when we get off here. I'll forward it to you on Instagram. It's $29. It's not bad. Hyde Park in Chicago. That's what I was about to say. I'm pretty sure it was from Chicago. It was only offered in one area. So it's not a very easy cigar to get, but doing the Drew Estate series, I felt like it was pretty appropriate. Yeah, Herbie. So it's the perfect draw is like a pole with some prongs on the end and some sharp prongs. So sometimes you'll smoke a cigar and you'll have a plug draw. You're sitting there, you see people trying to pull the tobacco out, trying to loosen the draw up. So you'll stick that thing in, kind of twist it around, and it'll open the cigar up for you. So what happens is it saves people a lot of money. Like, you buy a $15 or $20 cigar, man, it's plugged, and you got to end up throwing it out. You just wasted some money. But with that perfect draw, you'll be able to kind of open that draw up and salvage the cigar. As you see, Leon says it's a great investment. I haven't heard anybody say anything bad about them, just for whatever reason. I never had one. Andre, what's going on? Smoking a limited edition Herrera Esteli Lancero. That's a good cigar. I do like that one too. That is correct, Thomas. The dentist did make the perfect draw. I cheated and used it as a nub tool. But I've seen pictures of that though too. Even on the pictures when you're buying it, you'll see a person with it poked in using it as a nub tool too. How do I feel about freezing cigars? I know some consumers do it just as a precautionary measure, like before they put it in their humidor with their other cigars, they'll freeze them. But other than Cubans, like Nicaragua, Dominican Republic, Honduras, they usually freeze their stuff too to keep the larva from hatching. So I haven't had any bad experiences with not. I don't freeze my cigars, and I haven't had any bad experiences. But I know people that do freeze their cigars before I can't fault them for that too, because if you have a cabinet humidor filled with 5, 6, 7,000 cigars, that's a lot of money invested. So the last thing you want to do is throw some cigars in and something happens in your So, but I haven't had any issues. I keep my cigars at a really cool temperature anyway. But yeah, I haven't had any issues. What do you do to prepare your palate before smoking your second or third cigar of the day? Usually I'll space them out. Like I was saying, I might have my first one at 8, the next one might be at 10:30 or so. Usually I don't really do too much. I drink a lot of water, and then like if I'm doing reviews, I'll drink mineral water and drink dark chocolate. That's pretty much it for me. Cool. Hey Rod, I think you're gonna be happy, man. Yes, preacher. The D4 is a delicious cigar and it's budget friendly too. That's because people, I don't know, people always think because they see these Cohibas and these really limited edition and regionals, and they see the prices, so they think that Cubans are expensive. Not all of them are expensive. The Partagas series, the Series D, is a very good line of cigars that are really budget friendly. You can get some Partagas shorts. There's a lot of options out there. Punch makes some really good budget friendly ones. Trinidad, Bolivar Petite Coronas. There's a lot of really good Cubans out there that aren't gonna kill your pocket. Which cigars have been the sweetest you've had non-infused? Oh man. The La Kareem always comes to mind. Nothing really is just like super overly sweet. What'll happen is you'll get other notes and the sweetness will kind of come in there, kind of, so to speak. The signature selection can get sweet at times, not in a bad way, but there's definitely some nice sweetness in there too. The Aganorsa signature selection. George, what's going on? Keep up the good work. Just got Romeo and Juliet Reserve, a real Nicaragua. Per your suggestion, been smoking for 40 years. You have a great palate. Thank you, George. I appreciate that. I just try to keep it real and just try to keep it honest. What I'm tasting and what I'm telling you is what I'm getting from it. Nothing artificial. Not gonna hear any weird notes like I taste lifesavers or grass from a field in the middle of Nebraska or nothing like that. So smoking the Acid Blondie. Just ordered the Summer Showdown Pack and XO Cutter from Black Line. Great dip. Yeah, that's another thing too. So you guys know I'm really big on XO Cutters. Black Line was running, or I don't know if they still have any left, but we're running a really, really good deal on their XO Cutters. Those cutters are $100 to $130, and I think I got my last one for $70 or $80. So it was a super, super good deal. The one I use that I'm still using now is over 3 years old. Never had to sharpen the blades, never had to send it in. It cuts like it's brand new. Warriors is really good too, William. I do like that one too. Coffee seniors work. Yeah, but if I do coffee, it's gonna be black. I don't put any creamer or overloaded or anything like that. Jesse, what's going on, brother? Slick, what's good? Yes, the Crown Heads La Kareem. Yeah, I like that one. I appreciate that, Slick. Why do you not like Candela? It's because for most part, man, the Candelas I had are really sour and they just taste all that. I just don't get a good flavor from it. It's just real raw. Like I don't even know how to describe it, but it's bitter and just I haven't had a really big. I've had the Camacho Candela. I've had 3 or 4, and they just weren't for me. I got one too, Latonya. I'm gonna have to smoke that too. The XO is shut. Well, it makes sense. Like I said, with the double blade action, I've been really pleased with them. I know some people don't like them. I got an Enzo cutter too. I don't like the Enzo as much because I can't cut cigars with one hand. It's something you have to mess with 2 hands, but it cuts well and it's thinner. So you'll see, like compared to the XO, it's much thinner, but it's also larger too. I don't know how. Well, you can see from the side view, it's a larger cutter, but the XO is still reigns supreme for me. Any particular cigars you prefer to age? I think anything Aganorsa usually ages well. Illusion ages well. Trying to think. Obviously, if you mess with Cubans, they get better with age too. I've had some good old Tatuajes. Trying to think of cigars that I've had that are really old that still were really good. Perdomo. I've actually had some really old Perdomos that were really good too. When I was a newbie, I made a horrible mistake of putting a half smoke stick into my humidor. Man, yeah, don't do nothing like that. Just call it even and throw that cigar out. Crown heads, Claudette, the musicas are great, similar to Undercrown. I haven't had that one. Man, starting to move on me. Let me see. The Knuckle Buster was good too, but I like the Knuckle Buster. That cigar will be involved in the Summer Showdown too. I think it's a very good budget-friendly cigar. Unc, what is going on? Hey, it's like I say, better late than never. Placencia Hexagon. So I smoked another one the other day. Great flavors on it, but the burn issue or the touching up is just it didn't ruin the smoking experience for me. The flavors were still very good, but I think I still had to do like 4 or 5 touch-ups on that cigar, which I never have that issue with the Salomon, and I think the flavors are better in the Salomon. But I like the Hexagon though. If I found it for the same price that I found the Salomons, I still would buy a box of Hexagons, even with it being a 60 ring gauge. With that different shape, it just kind of has a different feel. And so I think that they're good, but the couple that I've had to do touch-up issues on them. And you guys know how I keep my cigars too. They're cool. So I don't have any issues out of a lot of other cigars. So it's just something with how that thing's blended. Yeah, they do, A-Rod. I think they're like 30 or 40% off, if I'm not mistaken. I love my perfect cutter. Can't overcut, not hard. I got another one too. It's not like a Cuban Crafter's perfect cutter, but it's more one of those cheap ones that you see with a lot of cigar companies will slap their sticker on the back of it. It's probably like a $10 or $15 cutter. It cuts well too. Like if I'm in a jam, or I usually will keep that cutter in my car, so that way if I'm doing something, I won't mess around and cut too much off the cigar. What degree of roast for coffee do you prefer? Light, medium, and dark? I'm always a dark. I like medium and dark. Damn, I missed a lot of stuff, man. What we got? If someone wanted to send you stuff for review or personal enjoyment, is there a website to tell you? Matt, you can always email me. If you can email me at mccoy.ronald@gmail.com. Brew Geek, what is going on? The old Dunhill Heritage off the chain. I'm so glad you sent me a couple of those. So I'm definitely gonna enjoy one. I don't even know if I want to review it because people will probably be mad that cigar got discontinued. So, but yeah, that's a cigar. I hate that cigar went away, man. I remember back in 2015 smoking and really, really enjoying that cigar. Ligas don't age well. I agree with that. I think they definitely lose some over time. And so when I reviewed the 2020 year they're at in the 2016 still had some life in it, but you could definitely tell it wasn't as good as the 2020. So I think some age has something to do with that too. But in that first third, it still was very, very, the life was still very much in there, but then it took a real big drop off after that first third. Time. Let's see, just saw the notification late to the festival, but I'm here. Pray everyone is safe and doing well. Discussing cigar, the great equalizer. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm not gonna be. I'm about to roll out too, man. I gotta take a shower and get down and get some decent sleep before I go to bed, man. So just wanted to kind of come up with a random. I just came up randomly, man. I wasn't even really gonna go up at all today, but again, I was having an evening cigar, man, and so I wanted to figure out and see what everybody else was doing, man. So I'm glad that you all stopped in and wanted to see what I was up to, man. And like I said again, if you haven't watched the review that I put out yesterday from the 2016 Year of the Rat, it is there for the watching if you guys give a damn. All right, Governor Evans. Yeah, man, I'm gonna get up out of here too, man. And hey, man, y'all be safe. Y'all be good. Uh, I'm sure y'all be seeing more of me throughout the week. So y'all take care. Y'all are working tomorrow. Y'all stay safe out there, man. Stay protected. And man, we're gonna catch y'all on this next one, man. So y'all be good.